Schauer, Rachel Nussbaum. Thank you for the opportunity for allowing us to speak to you all today. So as I said before, my name is Celine and Schauer, and I'm currently a junior in high school at Marco Island Academy. Presenting with me today is my sister Jasmin.
Hi, my name is Jasmin Schauer, and I'm a sophomore at Florida Atlantic University's Wilkes Honors College. I'm concentrating in behavioral neuroscience and psychology.
Today we will be speaking to you about the NASA CubeSat launch initiative and how schools are able to implement space in the classroom by using CubeSats as a form of learning. Activities as complicated and technical as building satellites aren't usually offered to K-12 organizations, but through NASA's CSLI, students of all ages are able to learn about different processes required for launch, as well as gain many important life skills that can be used in any area of work. So what is it? NASA CSLI is a program implemented by NASA that offers low-cost access to space to any accepted organization. It also provides real-world experience in aerospace through the process of proposing, designing, building, and eventually launching a CubeSat. We are members of the Aerospace and Innovation Academy's Wolfpack CubeSat development team. Over the past 5 years, we have submitted 12 proposals to the program and have been selected twice. Our two selected proposals were the WISAT-1 and the CAPSAT-1. Every year, NASA opens up its partnership opportunity to K-12 organizations, colleges and universities, and many other private organizations and businesses such as the WCDT. This announcement includes all details relevant to the process, including how to apply, who is eligible, and any necessary due dates. In addition, there are many different sizes of CubeSats that can be flown, ranging from 1U to 12U. Once a CubeSat is accepted, it is then given a mission number that pairs it with the type of satellite or rocket it will be launched on. From there, it will either be launched and deployed directly into space, or will be sent to the ISS to be deployed from there. Next, Jasmin will talk to you a little bit about our mission proposals.
Over the years, we've had two proposals that have been selected, and we continue to come up with more ideas. The WISAT-1 was a 1U CubeSat with an NSL FastBus structure that was selected in 2017 and launched December 3rd, 2018. This mission tested extremophile bacteria. In 2019, CAPSAT-1 was selected during the 10th round of the NASA CubeSat launch initiative. It was one of 16 proposals selected nationwide, but it was the only one selected from a K-12 organization. CAPSAT-1's payload is simply to evaluate a novel electrical power system. It's carrying capacitors that are being tested to see if they can eventually replace lithium-ion polymer batteries in the future. CAPSAT-1 actually just launched last week on July 14th as part of the ISS resupply mission. Last October, Wolfpack students presented 3 proposals at Kennedy Space Center's preliminary design review before submitting them to NASA in mid-November. NASA requires a feasibility and technical merit review, and participating in the engineering preliminary design review met both of these criteria. Each proposal ended up being 100 to 110 pages long. The WolfSat-1's proposal was to study the bacteria Ideonella Kinsey's rate of plastic degradation on orbit versus 1G. WolfSat-4 was to study metal oxides to hopefully prevent space radiation because the radiation presents a design challenge to CubeSat-sized vehicles. And WolfSat-5 studies rhizobacteria. If we are to grow plants and medicine and become a spacefaring species, we need to know what rhizobacteria does.
One way students are able to be engaged in real-world problems is through project-based learning. Students participate in personally meaningful projects in order to increase their motivation. An example of this is the Wolfpack CubeSat development team. The WCDT is made up of a group of students of a large range of ages who are interested in learning about aerospace and experience many real-world opportunities. The team has gone through many generations of students who are eager to learn. It started off as an after-school club with just a small group of students who were interested in launching and learning about CubeSats. But over the years and over the course of COVID-19, we were forced to have our meetings online, which in turn allowed for a greater range of participation from students all around the country. In addition, the team also presents at many national and international conferences. Students from the team recently presented at the International Astronautical Congress in Dubai, Hawaii International Conference on Education that was held in Hawaii, and the AP SciCon Astrobiology Conference held in Atlanta, Georgia. Later this year, we will be presenting at SmallSat as well as the IAC in Paris. The team also competes in many space settlement competitions and has released an activity book for children on CubeSats. Students Finley Strauss and Amanda Grodman recently wrote and published a book on the ISS and vertical landings. This book was called Let's Go to Space and can be found on Amazon. Another way students are able to be engaged in real-world problems is through David Kolb's experiential learning theory. This four-part theory was founded in 1974 and has been proven to increase scientific reasoning and abstract thinking. The first step is concrete experience. This is where a person takes a step back and thinks about whether or not they're actually physically able to accomplish their goal. Step 2 is reflective observation, which is where a person reflects on past experiences they have undergone. Step 3 is abstract conceptualization, which is where the person thinks about these past experiences they have undergone and how it might affect the trajectory they take to accomplishing their goal in the future. And finally, step 4 is active experimentation, which is where the student completes all the necessary steps required to complete their goal. By using project-based learning and the experiential learning theory, the YSAT-1 was the first CubeSat launched by a middle school team in 2018. They started off by using smaller lessons and eventually built their way up to the actual CubeSat.
Blue Sky Learning is a philosophy created by aerospace entrepreneur Mr. Kevin Simmons, also one of our educators. It's a philosophy based on growth mindset, which allows students to approach complex questions, solve problems, and work longer towards their goals. It also, It also uses growth mindset to achieve goals through patience, persistence, and a positive approach to failure. By using project-based learning, students can expand their skills and comprehension and approach questions that may seem difficult to them. Blue Sky Learning also provides for an opportunity for leadership and mentorship. An example of this is an older student in the Wolf Pack mentoring their younger peers and the younger students turning around to mentor other students in the future.
Throughout this whole process, students are able to learn many valuable lessons. Even if they aren't accepted by the program, they can still learn many social skills such as public speaking, commitment, and teamwork. At the end of the day, regardless of being accepted or not, CubeSats and NASA CSLI are changing STEM education to make space more accessible towards K-12 organizations, colleges and universities, as well as anyone else who may not have an outlet for aerospace. So in the end, we must remember that space and STEM are not subjects that come easily. Schools and school systems need to take the initiative to start making space more accessible towards students of the younger generation. In order for this to happen, students need to gain access to CubeSats and programs like NASA CSLI. With that being said, I would like to thank you all for all of your time, and I would also like to give a special thank you to our teachers, Mr. Kevin Simmons and Shauna Christensen, for taking their time and putting in the effort to make space more accessible towards their students. Thank you for your time today, and we're now open to any questions.
Thank you very much.